been success going up against those upper teams as we see them going off of this spawn at the hospital, getting up to this middle rooftop, trying to get some eyes on the surrounding area as E6 looking to take engagement. It's going to be HyperSpeed on the opposite side as Cows and Teiko are fighting on the opposite.
Yeah, as we see on the opposite side of the map, over at the apartments of the Holto building, we see that Teiko has gone down. We see Silas and Louis have also now just gone down for the likes of Fake Cows, and Fake Cows going down to the white by OG there on the shack. One of his preferred weapons. We see the Teiko get the tap onto Vault 2 here. Going back onto the opposite side of the map here, we are seeing HyperSpeed now get the plug onto Cashout A, securing that high ground advantage. And we're seeing the E6 trying to get the res here onto Peach. Something that we missed on the opposite side of the map, looking at Teiko. And now we see the Fake Cows have respawned into the arena, probably looking at a potential third party here coming in from Fake Cows, whilst we see the lights of start to wrap away across the bridge. Here.
Speaking of a third party, we have a fourth party member joining in as Glebcost, coming over to take a peek at the action here over on A, as E6 are wrapping up onto the top of this building. And they don't see the Invis Flopper, as they are going to be exchanging blows with Tim. They will trade him out, but Peach is going to take a lot of shots in the back. That Invis M11 from Flopper is going to do a lot of damage. He's going to, again, decide to dip away as all of E6 is up and healthy. They need to get that res on Tim, and they will get that, so a full reset will come out as E6 are going to be contesting this point. Two behind, gonna get the protection ready and going. They will flip this one over, so E6 now holds control. Now all they have to do is saw it out for about, I want to say 45 seconds.
We're looking at about 45 seconds here. Yeah, we are indeed. We see Ratho drop down to half HP. Peach dropping down to half HP as well. Trying to get the reset here. Peach throwing the goo out just to provide a little bit of reprieve. And we see Glebcost getting winched by Ratho here. We start to see HyperSpeed collapsing down. Tim, Floppy all going down, and that is a wipe for HyperSpeed. And it looks like Cashout A going in favor of E6 here, in the words of my great friend and fellow caster Tetra. Vamos E6. And we see over on Cashout B, unfortunately, the likes of Fake Cows are unfortunately going to the slaughterhouse at the hands of Teiko.
And Teiko is just a very strong team. I personally gotta be rooting for them in my heart of hearts. You know, I absolutely love our Pika as a player. Now just Pika, as he's just been one of the kind of more dominant lights in that scene, and I've had many opportunities to speak to him as a player. So that's going to be my pick for this one going forward, and they're going to be going over to this 3 to possibly third party here, as both of HyperSpeed and Fake Cows are over here and in the middle of a fight, so they're going to be getting active. They're looking to get onto this Vault 3 before it's plugged, as it's just Glebcost and Flopper. As they pop to the store, they do take the game away, but they steal the box away. So now all of Fake Cows come into another team, as that's going to be Kodaft going down. Louis Hunter does get a kill. So both these teams are on 2 players. Meanwhile, all of Teiko are up and healthy, so they're going to be pushing across this bridge into the C Cashout, and that's 2 more down. Pika getting Tim, and Tim getting the kill on Louis Huncho, as Fake House did get a reset. They're going to be pushing in here to re-engage onto the C Cashout. I'm not sure what happened with Suki, but we're going to be continuing here as it's going to be the side of Teiko taking the fight to their opponents, as now, unfortunately, it's just Flopper up for the side of HyperSpeed. Well, not anymore. So now just Fake Cows hanging around this C Cashout, looking to get that reset on Silas, as Kodaft and Louis Huncho, the only 2 alive. And as we all know, lights are very, very squishy and can explode at a moment's notice. So they gotta play this one slow, maybe waiting for the teammate's coin, and they do just that. So the coin will be spent here as Fake Cows have about 45 to 50 seconds remaining on the C cash out.
Yeah, and we see the likes of Fake House trying to get a position here. RPG coming out from Silas onto Pika, getting him down at half HP. We see a Teiko getting dropped here by Kodak, obviously at 11. OG in no man's land here, sort of having to dance around these barricades, getting dropped by Kodak again, and Kodak with 2. Pika in a 1v2, and it's going down to Silas as well, and it looks like Fake Cows here in a 2v3 situation will get the flip on the catch out C here over in Sector 6. And on the opposite side of the map, we do see E6 in a precarious position here, losing the cash out towards HyperSpeed. However, the numbers advantage is definitely in favor of HyperSpeed, and E6 getting the cash out defense of a lifetime here, putting themselves in a very advantageous position. Once this cash out goes through, that will put them on $28,500 here, putting them in a very safe first place position, whilst HyperSpeed here sitting on a languishing $4,000, leaving them in a pretty rough spot here going into the third rotation of cash boxes. Lightning.
As we know, in the finals, the poor can always prosper. As we come down into what's probably going to be the final 2 vaults of this round on Fortune Stadium, we always have to be wary of the ever-present chance that we could see a doubled box here to try and get one of these teams into a position where they wouldn't be able to get normally, as it is also still a 1 cash out game for first, second, and third, or sorry, second, third, and fourth, I should say. So it's a very real possibility that we could see a split, but in the ideal scenario, E6 would want this one to be doubled.
Yeah, for sure, and we see here on top of the Ngimo building, we are seeing a wipe coming out of HyperSpeed again by the Cows. It looks like the Cows have escaped the farm, and they are going absolutely wild here. Absolutely phenomenal work coming out of Fake Cows, trying to get the setup here on the cash out. And we see the likes of Silas just trying to get the winch, just trying to reposition this cash, get into a more advantageous position. And we see over on the A cash out here, we see an absolute death match between E6 and Teiko. However, it looks like Teiko here are gonna get the cleanup, with Pika and OG absolutely letting the 93R and the Shaq sing. But going back to B here, we do see the likes of Fake Cows taking this high ground advantage. Silas sitting on the pillbox, Kodaft on top of helipad, and Louis playing quite close to the cash out here. We see HyperSpeed, Dome Shield out, trying to get the flip. Looks like it's gonna go in their favor, so a little bit of a cash advantage here, trying to boost himself up in the rankings, but we see Silas trying to push in onto Tim, takes out Gleb. Tim, 2 HP, going down to the hands of Louis with the 93R. Ploppy looking for the bodies, trying to get his teammates up. Sonar coming out, drops Louis with the burst of the 93R. Ploppy now trying to do everything he can to absolutely stall this box out, to allow the coins from Tim and Ploppy to come back in. Ploppy just trying to make a play here. Oh, and we see Louis going down to Ploppy. Silas for bars also takes out Ploppy as well. And now Tim in a 1v2 scenario. It looks like Fake Cows are gonna get the reset here. However, it's still in favor of HyperSpeed. HyperSpeed allowing themselves another opportunity to get the reset here. I'm not sure whether the plan is going to go in favor of E6. Not E6, sorry. In HyperSpeed. But we're seeing Louis trying to get the damage onto Ploppy. Fake Cows really sort of just asserting their dominance here over HyperSpeed. HyperSpeed now in a 3 versus 2 scenario. Silas dead. Louis 1 HP. Kodaft 1 HP. Any second now. And we see a wipe coming. Oh, potential wipe here. Kodaft lost alive. Kodaft getting wiped here at the last second. And there's a flip for HyperSpeed. And we see that Teiko taking the first place, HyperSpeed taking second, with Fake Cows and E6 dropping down into third and fourth.